Hey, so when you're doing limits with trig functions, there's a few special trig identity limits that we deal with. And that is, the first one is just something we're going to use, and we're going to manipulate a limit to get these kinds of things. So like the limit as x approaches 0, sine of ax over ax, that's 1. And tangent of ax over ax. A can be any number. And same with these. 1 minus cosine ax over x is 0. So when you're doing these, you want to get that form in there matching, and you want to do some algebra manipulation to match it. Like, for example, let's look at this one. This first one is sine of 3x over x. I would like a 3 on the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the top and bottom by 3. And so then what I'm left with is a limit as x goes to 0. I can group the sine of 3x over 3x, but then I'm left with a 3 on the outside. But I know by this limit here, this guy goes to 1. So this becomes 1 times 3, which is 3. How about this sine x over cosine x? Well, this one, we still kind of go back to our old rule. You don't always necessarily do this, but I'm just going to plug in 0. Like, what is sine of 0 over cosine of 0, right? That's 0 over 1. So this is not an indeterminate form, so I don't have to do this trick. See, the reason I had to do that trick on this one is because I got 0 over 0. When I plug in 0, sine of 0 is 0 over 0. So that's an indeterminate form. But if I plug in just a 0 directly and and I get a normal number, then there's nothing to do, right? Like, I don't need to manipulate it. Now, how about this one? This one, I would like the tan 6x to have a 6x on the bottom. So what I'm going to do is multiply by 6x over 6x on the top and bottom. And then for the sine of 3x, it's okay if it's reversed. It's like upside down. It's still 1. So it could be 3x over sine of 3x. So what I want is I want a 3x on the top. And this 3x is going to be lumped with this sine of 3x. And if you just do a little bit of manipulation and rearrange it, you get tangent of 6x over 6x, then sine of 3x over 3x, and then like basically I lumped these together, and I lumped this and this together, and I'm still left with a 6x over a 3x, right? And I recognize that because it's 6x over 6x, this is going to go to 1. Sine of 3x over 3x, that's going to go to 1. The x's cancel. 6 over 3 is just 2. Okay? Now, how about this one? Well, if I plug in 0 on the top and bottom, I do get 0 over 0. So it's definitely some kind of manipulation. The first thing I'm thinking on the top is I can factor out an x. Right? And then I'm also thinking I want a 2x over 2x. So I'm missing a 2 here to make that 2x. So I put a 2 down here also. So then I'll get the limit as x goes to 0. Let me group that 2x over sine of 2x separately. And then I'm just left with 1 minus cosine of x over 2. And I know from my limit that this goes to 1. So this just becomes 1 times, and then I can just plug in 0 here. 1 minus cosine of 0 is 1. So this is going to be 1 times 0, which is 0. Okay. Now, how about this one? This one is a little bit more simple. Again, if I plug in 0, I'm going to get 1 minus 1, which is 0, divided by 0, right? But what can I do here? This one I can actually just manipulate by just doing a trig identity. You should be able to recognize that 1 minus cosine squared x is sine squared x, right? That's one way you could do this. So then we could make this sine squared x over sine x, and then we can cancel, and then we just plug in 0. What's sine of 0? Sine of 0 is 0. Thanks for checking out this video. I hope you found it really helpful. If you'd like more support, maybe you need more multiple choice practice, maybe you just need more guidance and things like that, I have plenty of information on my website. If you look in the description below and go to www.bothellstemcoach.com, I will explain all the ways I help students be successful in their AP classes.